All right, so get ready because today we are going to trade in those travel
Oh,
brochures
yeah, yeah.
for a detective's notebook.
I like it.
Because today we're diving into the dark side of paradise.
Ooh, okay.
You know those picture-perfect vacation spots that
Yeah.
turn out to be anything but?
It's a fascinating paradox, isn't it?
It is.
The places we associate with escape and relaxation sometimes harbor the most chilling secrets.
Exactly. And we've got a stack of cases
Mm.
from all over the globe. Aruba, Thailand, Italy, Belize, you name it.
Wow.
Each one a reminder that danger can lurk even in the most stunning landscapes.
I think what's particularly interesting is that these cases often reveal more than just the crimes themselves.
Right.
They expose cracks in justice systems, the dark underbelly of tourism, and sometimes even the flaws in human nature.
Okay, so let's start with a case that I think really captured the world's attention. The
Okay.
disappearance of Natalie Holloway in Aruba back in 2005.
Yeah.
Imagine you're 18, fresh out of high school, on a graduation trip to Aruba with your friends.
Okay.
Paradise, right?
Sounds like it.
Except Natalie vanishes after a night out last seen with a local man named Juran Vandersloot.
This case quickly became an international sensation,
Yeah.
partly because Aruba was considered such a safe destination,
Really?
but the fact that no trace of Natalie was ever found,
Right.
despite massive searches, really fueled the mystery.
And the impact on Aruba's tourism was huge.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it raised a lot of questions about traveler safety,
Right.
especially for young people.
Of course.
And it kind of showed that even those picture-perfect islands have their secrets.
Absolutely. And the case also highlighted the challenges of international investigations.
Yeah.
Different legal systems, language barriers, and jurisdictional issues
Right.
all played a role in the complexity of this case.
Okay, so from the turquoise waters of Aruba, let's jump across the globe to Thailand,
Right.
specifically the island of Koh Tao, known for its incredible diving and, of course, the infamous full moon party.
Yes, the full moon party, thousands of people, a
Yeah.
crazy party atmosphere.
Yeah.
And in 2014, a scene straight out of a nightmare.
Oh, no.
British backpackers, Hannah Witheridge and David Miller, were found brutally murdered near the party location.
It was a shocking crime that tarnished Koh Tao's reputation
Yeah.
and really sent chills through the backpacker community.
For sure.
2 Burmese workers were convicted,
Right.
but the investigation was highly controversial.
This is where the Paradise Lost narrative gets really complicated.
I bet.
There were allegations of forced confessions, concerns about how evidence was handled, and a sense that the Thai authorities were under immense pressure to quickly resolve the case,
Right.
possibly to protect the tourism industry.
Makes sense, but wow.
Yeah.
Koh Tao even earned the grim nickname Death Island.
Oh, wow.
After a string of other unexplained deaths and disappearances, makes you wonder what secrets those beaches are hiding.
It's a tragic example of how a few horrific incidents can overshadow a destination's beauty.
Yeah.
But it also forces us to ask some tough questions.
Like what?
What are the social and economic factors that might contribute to crime in a place like this?
Right.
And how much are we as tourists contributing to those dynamics?
Yeah, from a place known for its party scene to a place steeped in history and culture.
Okay.
Italy. Perugia, back in 2007, is a case that has always fascinated me.
Perugia is a classic Italian university town.
Yeah.
Charming, historic, seemingly safe.
Yeah.
But the murder of Meredith Kircher, a British student, shattered that image
It did.
and turned the city into a media circus.
It was the Amanda Knox saga, right?
Exactly.
Foxy Knoxy, the American exchange student accused of the murder,
Right.
became a global figure.
And this case brings up so many issues about media bias trial by public opinion
Yeah.
and the pressure that intense media scrutiny can put on a justice system.
And for Perugia, it meant the city itself became almost a character in the drama,
Wow, yeah.
attracting those fascinated by the case.
Yeah.
And forever linked to this tragic event.
It's a reminder that sometimes the places we visit are more than just backdrops for our vacations.
Right.
They're communities with their own complexities.
Yes.
And when a crime like this happens, it ripples through the fabric of that place
Yeah.
in ways we might not even realize.
Okay, from the cobblestone streets of Italy, let's shift gears to the lush rainforests of Belize.
Okay.
This one hits close to home because it involved an American journalist, Anne Sweeney.
Belize is a paradise for ecotourists and adventurers.
I've heard that.
Known for its stunning Mayan ruins, incredible biodiversity, and pristine rainforests.
Wow.
But for Anne Sweeney, a trip to this natural wonderland turned deadly.
She was found murdered near the Mopan River
Oh my God.
while staying at an eco-lodge in a remote area.
I see.
The case remains unsolved,
Really?
which adds another layer of tragedy to the story.
What's chilling about this case is that it reminds us that danger can look even in the most beautiful and seemingly tranquil settings.
Yeah.
The rainforest, while breathtaking, is also unpredictable
Right.
and in some ways unforgiving.
It makes you think twice about venturing off the beaten path, even in a place known for its natural beauty.
For sure.
You never know what you might encounter.
You really don't. Hearing about all these cases, it really does make you realize that even paradise has its dark corners.
It does.
But as we said earlier,
Yeah.
the goal here isn't to make you afraid to travel. It's
No.
about empowering you, the listener,
Right.
with knowledge and strategies to stay safe on your adventures.
Absolutely. We can't control everything,
Right.
but we can definitely be informed and prepared.
Yes.
So let's shift gears and talk about some practical steps that travelers can take
Okay.
to minimize risks.
One of the most important things is research.
Okay.
Before you even book that flight,
Right.
take some time to really research your destination. Look into crime rates, common scams, and any specific safety concerns for the area.
There are so many resources available online these days.
That's right.
Travel forums, government websites,
Uh-huh.
even social media groups can provide valuable insights from other travelers.
And don't just rely on official sources or glossy travel brochures.
Okay.
Read reviews from other travelers,
Yes.
especially those who have similar travel styles or demographics as you.
Yeah.
They'll often share real-life experiences and tips that you might not find anywhere else.
It's all about getting a well-rounded picture of the place you're going to, right?
Exactly.
The good, the bad, and the ugly, so to speak.
Exactly. And speaking of planning,
Okay.
it's crucial to have a solid itinerary
Right.
and share it with someone you trust back home.
Yeah, definitely.
Flight details, accommodation information, any planned activities.
Yeah.
Make sure someone knows where you're supposed to be and when.
And check in regularly with that person.
Yeah.
Let them know if your plans change.
For sure.
It's an extra layer of safety just in case something unexpected happens.
Now let's talk about accommodations.
Okay.
Whether you're booking a hotel, hostel, or vacation rental,
Uh-huh.
safety should be a top priority.
For sure.
Read reviews carefully,
Right.
paying close attention to any mentions of security concerns, cleanliness, or issues with staff.
And once you arrive, take a few minutes to familiarize yourself with the layout.
Yeah.
Where are the fire exits?
Uh-huh.
Are there security cameras or guards on site?
Right.
Is the property well lit at night?
Good point.
These are all things you want to know.
If you're staying in a vacation rental, be extra vigilant about security.
Okay.
Make sure the doors and windows lock securely,
Right?
and consider bringing a portable doorstop or a personal safety alarm for added peace of mind.
It's also a good idea to ask the host about security measures in the neighborhood.
Yeah?
Do they have a safe for valuables?
Well-
Is there a neighborhood watch program?
Good question.
Any specific tips they can offer?
Right. And when it comes to transportation,
Okay.
always be aware of your surroundings.
Right.
Whether you're using taxis, ride-sharing services, or public transport.
Mm-hmm.
If something feels off,
Yeah.
trust your gut and get out of the situation.
With taxis or ride sharing, always verify the driver's identity.
Right.
And make sure the vehicle matches the information in the app.
Good point.
Avoid getting into unmarked cars.
Yeah.
And if you feel uncomfortable for any reason, don't hesitate to ask the driver to stop or even get out of the car.
And if you're renting a car,
Okay.
make sure it's in good condition.
Right.
Familiarize yourself with the local traffic laws
Yeah.
and avoid driving at night, especially in unfamiliar areas.
Okay, so we've covered research, planning, accommodations, and transportation.
Yeah, okay.
Now, what about when you're actually out exploring?
Yeah.
What are some things to keep in mind?
Being aware of your surroundings is key.
Okay.
Avoid walking alone at night, especially in deserted areas or poorly lit streets.
Right.
Stick to well-populated and well-lit areas
Uh-huh.
and try to blend in with the locals as much as possible.
And don't flash expensive jewelry or large amounts of cash.
Right.
Be discreet when using your phone or other electronics.
Yeah.
As those can make you a target for theft.
It's all about minimizing risk
Right.
and not making yourself an easy target.
Right.
And again, trust your instincts.
Okay.
If a situation feels uncomfortable or unsafe, remove yourself from it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about being polite or offending someone.
Right.
Your safety is paramount.
Another thing to be mindful of is what you share on social media.
Oh, that's a good point.
I know it's tempting to post those vacation photos in real time.
Yeah.
But it's best to wait until you're back home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Posting real-time updates about your location or travel plans
Right.
can alert potential criminals to your whereabouts
Yeah.
and make you a target.
Right.
It's best to keep those amazing vacation shots for later and enjoy the moment without broadcasting it to the world.
Okay. So what if, despite all these precautions, something does happen?
Uh-oh.
What should travelers do if they find themselves in a dangerous situation?
If you're approached by someone who seems suspicious or aggressive, try to stay calm and assertive,
Okay.
maintain a safe distance, and avoid direct eye contact.
Right.
If they try to engage you, use a firm voice and say no clearly.
Okay.
If they persist, try to attract attention from others or move to a more public area.
And if you're confronted with a potential theft or robbery, don't resist.
Right.
Your safety is more valuable than any material possessions.
Absolutely.
Hand over your valuables and report the incident to the authorities as soon as possible.
Absolutely. And if you find yourself in a situation where you feel threatened or unsafe,
Okay.
don't hesitate to call for help.
Right.
Know the local emergency numbers
Yeah.
and have a plan for how to contact your embassy or consulate if needed.
It's also a good idea to learn a few basic phrases in the local language,
Good idea.
like help or police, just in case you need to communicate quickly in an emergency.
Now, we've talked a lot about physical safety, but let's not forget about mental well-being while traveling.
Yeah.
Travel can be exciting,
Huh?
but it can also be stressful,
Yes.
especially if you're traveling solo or to unfamiliar places.
It's so important to take care of your mental health just as you would your physical health.
Absolutely.
Get enough sleep, eat well, stay hydrated, and take breaks when you need them.
Don't feel pressured to pack your itinerary with nonstop activities.
Okay.
Allow yourself some downtime to relax, recharge, and process your experiences.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And if you start feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or homesick, don't hesitate to reach out for support.
Okay.
Talk to your travel companions, connect with loved ones back home,
Yeah.
or even consider seeking professional help if needed.
There are also resources available online and through travel organizations that can provide support and guidance for travelers experiencing mental health challenges.
That's right.
It's okay to not be okay sometimes, and there's no shame in asking for help.
You know, we've covered a lot of ground here, from researching your destination to staying safe in various situations.
We have.
But there's one more crucial aspect of travel safety that we need to address.
Okay, what's that?
Cultural awareness and sensitivity.
That's a great point. Understanding the local customs, traditions, and social norms of your destination isn't just about being a respectful traveler.
Right.
It can actually contribute to your safety as well.
What might be considered perfectly acceptable behavior in your home country could be offensive or even dangerous in another culture.
For example, in some cultures, direct eye contact can be considered rude or aggressive,
Right.
while in others, it's a sign of respect.
That's true.
And certain hand gestures that are harmless in one place could have completely different meanings elsewhere.
It's all about doing your homework and familiarizing yourself with the local etiquette.
Right.
There are plenty of resources online, and you can also learn a lot by observing the locals and following their lead.
And don't be afraid to ask questions. Yeah.
Most people are happy to share insights about their culture, and it shows that you're making an effort to be respectful and understand their way of life.
Being culturally sensitive also extends to your clothing choices.
Oh, right.
In some countries, particularly those with more conservative cultures,
Yeah.
it's important to dress modestly to avoid attracting unwanted attention or causing offense.
It's a good idea to research the local dress code and pack accordingly.
Right.
Remember, you're a visitor in their country,
Yeah.
and it's a sign of respect to honor their norms and traditions.
It's true.
And it can sometimes make the difference between having a smooth trip
Yeah.
and encountering some unexpected trouble.
Cultural awareness isn't just about avoiding faux pas, though.
Yeah.
It can be crucial for your safety.
How so?
For example, in some countries, certain areas or activities might be considered off-limits to foreigners, especially women traveling alone.
It's important to be aware of these restrictions and respect them.
Absolutely.
If you're unsure about something, it's always best to err on the side of caution.
And ask for guidance from locals or your tour guide.
Yeah.
They'll often have valuable insights about the do's and don'ts of the local culture. So we've talked about research and planning and awareness and even cultural sensitivity.
Right.
But what about those gut feelings we sometimes get while traveling?
Right.
You know, that sense that something just isn't right.
Intuition is a powerful tool, and travelers should absolutely pay attention to it.
Yeah,
If a situation feels off,
right.
if someone seems untrustworthy,
Yeah.
or if a place just gives you bad vibes,
Yeah.
don't ignore those feelings.
It's better to be safe than sorry,
Right.
even if it means changing your plans or missing out on something.
Absolutely.
After all, your safety and well-being are worth more than any sightseeing opportunity, right?
Absolutely. And it's important to remember that even with the best planning,
Mm-hmm.
things can still go wrong.
Right.
Accidents happen. Illnesses occur.
Yeah.
And sometimes we find ourselves in unexpected and challenging situations.
That's true.
That's why it's crucial to be prepared for the unexpected.
Having travel insurance is a must-have.
Yeah, for sure.
It can protect you financially in case of medical emergencies, lost luggage, trip cancellations, and other unforeseen events.
It's a small price to pay for peace of mind knowing that you have a safety net if something goes wrong.
And before you go,
Yeah,
make sure you have a basic first aid kit
right.
and any necessary medications,
Uh-huh.
especially if you're traveling to remote areas or countries with limited access to healthcare.
It's also a good idea to familiarize yourself with basic first aid procedures
Okay.
and know how to contact emergency services in your destination.
Just a little preparation can go a long way.
For sure.
And speaking of preparation, if you're traveling with any pre-existing medical conditions,
Right.
make sure you have all the necessary documentation and medications, and alert your travel companions and accommodation providers in case of an emergency.
Great point.
It's always better to be over-prepared than under-prepared when it comes to health and safety.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into the darker side of paradise,
Okay.
I think the key takeaway is this travel can be an incredible and enriching experience.
Yeah.
But it's important to approach with awareness, preparation, and a healthy dose of caution.
Right.
It's all about finding that balance.
By researching your destination, being mindful of your surroundings, respecting local customs, trusting your intuition, and taking care of both your mental and physical health, you can minimize risks and have a safer and more enjoyable journey.
And remember, the vast majority of trips are safe and wonderful.
They are.
Don't let fear hold you back from exploring the world and creating amazing memories.
Right.
Just be smart, be prepared, and be aware.
And with that, we've reached the end of our deep dive into the dark side of paradise.
Well, that was interesting.
We hope this episode has been informative, thought-provoking, and maybe even a little empowering.
I think it was.
Remember, knowledge is your best defense when it comes to travel safety, and a little preparation can go a long way.
So before you embark on your next adventure,
Mm.
take some time to reflect on the cases we've discussed and the tips we've shared.
Okay.
Ask yourself, what additional steps can I take to ensure my safety and well-being while traveling?
Good question.
What resources can I utilize to stay informed and prepared?
And most importantly, how can I approach travel with a balance of curiosity, excitement, and a healthy respect for the potential risks that exist even in the most beautiful and idyllic destinations?
It's a great point.
Keep those questions in mind, travel smart, and until next time, stay safe and explore responsibly.